Okay, so you've probably got several questions, first of which is where is FailTech? And my answer to that is actually sadly that FailTech is going to be going away. There's going to be no changes to any kind of schedule, any kind of content change, it's all going to be the same, just as you would have expected from FailTech. The main difference is we're not called FailTech anymore. I want to take some time to talk about the branding of FailTech, why I've changed it over to Ryan Thomas, and probably why something that I've been building up for the past 3 years, well, the branding is going away. One of the reasons is the only reason that we were called FailTech, or this channel was called FailTech, is because I didn't care about naming, and my friend at the time, Morgan, had some kind of alias online called Fail, so we took on that and just thought, FailTech, it kind of works, I don't really care about branding. And that's been fine because I've managed to integrate logos and outros and make a whole FailTech brand that was dedicated to it. But there was one thing that I think has been a problem ever since I started. You guys all know that channels much smaller than this are able to get review products from certain companies. They don't have to be phones, but anything small and large. And this channel has never really had a substantial kind of sponsorship or something that where someone is going to want to showcase their product. A good example of this is I reached out to a certain company, not going to name them, and they wouldn't send me something that I actually thought was quite easy to get hold of, as I've seen channels with 5,000 subscribers easily get a couple of these products in for review, and it's something I really wanted to check out. So I started to do some research, I started to ask around a lot of my friends in this kind of industry, and they all came back to the same kind of thing, and that is that FailTech is not a brand that you're going to really want to show your products off in front of. For example, FailTech might be a brand that destroys products or goes and throws them at wall, kind of jerry-rig everything, take a blowtorch to them kind of thing, and that's just not what we are. The name FailTech really has nothing to do with the stuff that we create, and I think that's been really important to companies who want to send us stuff, because they don't want to send us stuff. Not because our stuff is bad, but because our brand and our name and our image is not where they want us to be, essentially. It's a bit complicated, but after 3 years I thought I've kind of had enough of having to pay out large sums of money to get stuff in for a review. I really do love this, like whatever I'm doing right now. I think it's brilliant. I love it. It's something that's really core to me. I love creating content. I love technology. It kind of just goes hand in hand. But the problem is I have dumped more than £20,000 into this YouTube channel and made back this figure here. So that's a substantial loss, and to be honest, it's not something that's come lightly. I've worked very hard behind the scenes and off camera to be able to pay for that stuff, and right now I'm in a financial position that is really, really detrimental to me. Now you might be thinking, right, just go out and get a job, but the problem is, one, I'm studying quite a lot with the Open University, and two, I have really, really bad social anxiety, which can actually prevent me from doing certain things and can send my whole body into a state of shock, which I have ended up in several pretty life-threatening situations with. And the problem is I've sold a lot of the stuff that I would do outside of YouTube to fund the stuff I do for YouTube, and that can get very unhealthy because my priorities lie in areas that they really shouldn't. I'm not moaning, I'm not saying this is not a fantastic position to be in, but at the moment there are a few things I need to weigh up, especially as I'm going on to be 20 this year. I kind of need to think more about financing. I'm currently in £2,500 worth of debt from buying in devices and stuff over the past probably 6 months, and that might not sound like a lot of money to some people, but to me that's an awful lot of money considering I don't even make that in half a year on YouTube. I'm not going to quit making YouTube videos, I'm going to carry on doing the same thing, but when it comes to the pure smartphone reviews, the stuff like when I get asked to do Sony stuff, when I get asked to do Huawei, when I get asked to do several different types, I can't be picky. The Umidigi and the Huawei were just two phones that Damien had on hand. I didn't buy those, I just got sent those. I got lent those by some really, really good friends. And I can't be picky on which phones I select to review because I can't afford to go and buy one. That being said, I have just spent some money, a very small amount of money, on a semi-broken phone that I think some of you are going to like because the phone itself is in decent condition. It's just a couple of things that I don't really care about that are broken on it. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet, maybe I'll post some photos to Instagram, but once that is done, I think that is the last phone I'm going to be able to buy for at least the next half year, if not the rest of the year. And I really hope that we can somehow make this up by changing the branding and hopefully getting some more companies on board to lend us stuff, because that would really help me out. And obviously it would give you some more interesting content to watch, because you don't want to watch the same kind of rehearsed and researched content every day of the week. Anyway, with that said, I'm going to leave this here. I'm going to go and crack on with some more work. And I want to thank you all really so much for your support over the past like 3-4 years that I've been doing this. It's really, really, really handy that I have someone to talk to. Like, you guys have a voice and you're able to comment in my comment section, and it does help me progress the channel in certain ways, but having the FailTech brand, I think, was just kind of limiting me. Anyway, that's been it from me. Thanks for watching. My name's been Ryan Thomas, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.